guys, so I just thought I would do a random video at the moment, and I'm going to be doing the 17 random questions tag. I saw 2.2 children and a dog do it, so I thought I'd do it too. Sorry about the setup, it is literally pouring it down and I've got no makeup on, and I just decided to do it now, so the lighting is probably terrible because it's only leaning on a sofa. So yeah, sorry about this. Keeping it real. So the question 1 is, how did you get your YouTube username? Well, my YouTube username is buttonandbear, and originally the YouTube channel was meant to just be like relationshipy kind of videos with me and Michael, and his nickname for me was Button and I nicknamed him Bear, so that's basically how we came up with the name. Number 2 is, if you could change your name to anything, what would it be and why? I change it to Adeline, and it's such like a weird name, everyone says to me, but I love the name Adeline. I absolutely adore it, and I think it's more of an American-y kind of name. I don't really hear people called it here. I love the name. Michael despises the name, so that's why no future children or children ever, or animals or whatever, are ever going to be called it. But I absolutely love the name. I've always kind of liked it, so there's not really any reason. Number 3, kids walk past my window. 3, if you could go back in time and give your younger self advice, what would it be and why? To try and do what you want to do and not follow the crowd. Like, I was such a people pleaser. Like, I did everything that everyone else wanted to do. If they were doing such and such, I'd do such and such at school. Like, if they were doing something at school, I would want to do it too, even if it was a lesson that I wasn't particularly interested in. So I'd get grades that really didn't mean much to me. So I wish I had done what I wanted to do, not what other people had wanted to do, and not take criticism to heart. Like, if someone called me fat, not to go and make myself sick or anything like that. So yes, that would be my advice to my younger self. Number 4, how old were you when you first learned to blow a bubblegum bubble? I absolutely have no idea. I'm pretty sure I was pretty late doing it, probably high school time, but honestly I have no idea. Number 5, what did you want to be when you were little? I always wanted to be a vet. Obviously at the time I didn't realise that you had to be pretty smart to be a vet, but I always did. I always wanted to work with animals. My granda and my uncle always thought I would go into like work with animals, like in the RSPCA kind of way. But yeah, that's what I wanted to be when I was younger. 6, what do you order at Starbucks? I always order the same thing, and it's the chocolate frappuccino with cream, just because it's like my favourite thing ever. Because I like coffee now, I need to start trying more of the coffees, but for a while I didn't like that. So yes. 7, what's the hardest you ever laughed? I don't know. There was one time when me and Michael started, like, I think we just moved in together, or had we moved in? Oh no, I think we were just still not moved in yet. And I came down for the weekend because we live like 2.5 hours away, well we used to, and I had a cold and I was wheezing, and he made me laugh over something stupid, and I just did a little laugh and it came out like a wheeze, like it was just so strange, and we both just cracked up and we were laughing at this like thing, and every time I laughed I'd make that noise again and again and again, and we just laughed for about half an hour straight until we both could not breathe. And like, looking back, it wasn't even funny, but yeah, I think that's probably the hardest I've ever laughed. 8, if you could play any musical instrument, which would it be and why? I'd play the violin. Oh, I just love any music with the violin in. I am most likely going to love. I love violins, I love the noise. I love pianos too, because my friend at high school, she used to play the piano and I used to be so jealous. I was like, ugh. And she tried to teach me and I was just, no. I am unteachable with musical instruments. But yeah, I'd love to play the piano, but I'd even more love to play the violin. Number 9. What's your favourite thing to do when you're upset? I like to shop. I like to get my nails done, well, do my own nails, and go out and buy makeup and just silly things like that. That's what I like to do when I'm upset. Or just like eat loads of junk food. 10. What's your favourite movie? My favourite cartoon movie would be Tarzan. Would it? Yeah, Tarzan or Beauty and the Beast. And my favourite movie, maybe, I've got to see Breakfast at Tiffany's because I love my Audrey. So yeah. What's one food you cannot live without? Chinese food. Oh, I love Chinese food. If it had to be like something that wasn't that, then it would have to be like sausage casserole or something like that. But if it was a food group, it would be just, well, I don't think it's a food group, but Chinese food. Favourite dessert? My favourite dessert is either just plain old ice cream, or I love coffee cake, but only the one that my mum makes, because if you go anywhere else and order coffee cake, they always put nuts on it. I'm like, why? It just ruins it. So, number 13, favourite pizza topping. My favourite pizza topping, I'm really boring, I like either just margherita or pepperoni. I do like jalapenos on it sometimes, and like peppers and that sort of stuff, but it's kind of a hit or miss because sometimes it makes a pizza soggy, and I don't like, well, who likes pizza soggy? So yeah, it's just plain old margherita or pepperoni. 14. Would you rather have the superpower to read minds or the superpower to be invisible? I'd rather have the superpower to read minds, just because I'm nosy and I like to know what people are thinking, because I always think I'm a mind reader, like, not in that way, but like I always mind read people. I think, oh my god, they're judging me, they're thinking this in their head, and if I actually knew what they were saying then, or thinking, I could actually be a mind reader. So yeah. 15. What did you do for your last birthday? On my last birthday I was 21, and usually some people go out and like have a massive party for that. Because I have a child, I feel like I'm a lot more grown up than my age. I feel a lot more grown up than my age, and to be honest, I don't really like drinking all that much. I know that's so strange for some people to hear, but just I'm not a big drinker. I went for a lovely meal with my family and my extended family, so there was about 20 of us in total, and that was absolutely lovely. And me and Michael went out for a drink at the pub on the night as well, just for a few drinks. We were back by like midnight. We were only out for a few hours, so yeah, that's what I did for my 21st. 16. If you had one personal selfish wish, what would it be and why? If it was just for me, I'd say to be able to go on holiday abroad at least twice a year for the rest of my life. But if that is a cheating kind of wish, I would wish for a boob job. And lastly is number 17. If you're a Pokemon, what would you be and what would you look like? Ooh, I can't actually make up one. I know which one I would be if like I'm one of the like the ones that are already there, and that would be Jigglypuff. Michael's always said I'm like Jigglypuff, because like I act all sweet and anything, but I do have a big temper on me. So yes, I would just be cheating and say I'm Jigglypuff. So yes, that's all the questions, and feel free to do it yourself. Gemma Vaughn, Emily, Jack and Indiana and Parker, and Robyn Ferguson, yeah, and anyone else who honestly wants to do it, just leave a comment below saying we've done it and I'll go check it out. So yes, thanks for watching, bye.